So since Hades was fully released in early September, people have been coming out on the internet and talking about how, for them, it might actually be their game of the year. Some people are flagging the amazing gameplay, the awesome combat. Some people are flagging the art. Some people think the music's really great. But that's not why this is the best game of 2020 so far. That's not the reason at all. That reason. They're also goddamn fucking hot. 2020 might have brought us some dire circumstances, but it also brought us Ares. Look at this boy. The way his hair is perfectly parted and swept to one side, flowing down towards his piercing red eyes. The way his fingers pass the end of his blade, shining with the blood of his enemies. Professor Lupin's Ares, from Wonder Woman, versus Hades' Ares, is basically the equivalent of a 2-year-old scribble versus the goddamn Mona Lisa. He may act almighty and like the God of War must, but really you can tell that he would be a truly tender lover, even if he has a bit of a flair for the dramatic. Put the design of Ares next to Zagreus, and what can I say? Ares is the only true choice to accompany this man in his journey, both inside of the House of Hades and out, and if you don't choose him, you're wrong. But they really only get hornier than that. Dionysus' sultry tones speak to you as he shows more leg than one would ever truly be allowed to in public, his loose tunic flowing across his chiseled bodice, leaving little to the imagination. Zeus's garbs strangely fail to cover the frankly offensively toned abdominal muscles that he seems to possess. One look at Poseidon and his grin says it all, that man is horny. Theseus looks like that one jock at high school that you desperately despised but also deep down had a serious crush on. Athena exudes the strong, powerful energy of a protector who is also great at spooning. Thanatos is the goth boy that you can't pretend a part of your 15-year-old self wouldn't have been infatuated with. Hermes will make sure you have the best one-night stand of your life and then you'll never see him again. Charon is the broad-shouldered, silent mystery man that winks at you from across the street, but who secretly just wants a friend. Sisyphus is a real good hugger who's also not against a little bit of bondage. Hypnos is always looking off into the distance wearily, acting aloof, but you know he's thinking about you. Always. Artemis is literally reaching out for you to grab her hand as she wants to lead you through the deep, dark depths of the underworld. Hades, Nyx, and Demeter all have those parental vibes that I'm personally not into, but if that's your thing, I ain't gonna shame you. Aphrodite is just straight up not wearing clothes. And if you're gonna tell me the Furies aren't into some kinky shit, then I'm afraid you're deeply mistaken, my friend. Even the literal embodiment of primordial chaos is hot. As confusing as Chaos's form may be, you can't tell me you're not intrigued at least slightly by the possibilities of what would go on there. Similarly, Asterius may have horns in the face of a bull, but somehow they've made that look very, very enticing. And look, Skelly is a skeleton and annoying as hell, let's be honest, but Divinity Original Sin 2 did set a precedent for it, so by including a skeleton in an otherwise unashamedly horny game, Supergiant is definitely trying to make some kind of statement. And you can't pretend to me that Supergiant doesn't know how horny this game is. I would not dare interrupt the bond between Orpheus and Eurydice, nor would I dare get between the hotties that are these two men, Achilles and Patroclus. Two tales of wonderful, queer, star-crossed love between characters that are destined for each other's wonderful, horny arms, written into the game by Supergiant themselves. So don't tell me that this game isn't horny on main, because it is. And that is why it is, definitively, without question, the best game of 2020 so far. Now I know what you're thinking. Why wasn't Cerberus in this video? Or Baldy? I'm telling you now, get your head out of the goddamn gutter. I expected better of you. Baldy is a rock with a face carved into it, and Cerberus is the best boy, and if you don't pet him every time you see him in the game, you're not truly playing Hades. Thank you, and go play Hades.